everybody, it's Lisa from Shabby Road Studio. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little bit. It's been a couple weeks since I have made a video, and well, I apologize for that. I've been busy. That's all I can really say. Been doing a lot of art on the side, you know, just experimenting and learning jelly printing, and you know all that. So anyways, I'm back. Today I want to do a little art piece with this magazine cutout. So I've already tried it once. That's why she's all black and you can't see her face and stuff. But you've probably seen this image in magazines, Harper's Bazaar, whatever. Anyway, I've been very fascinated lately with abstract figures, and I think I'm kind of wanting to focus in that area a little bit, learning more. I just find it, I don't know, interesting to me. And so I'm going to use, I cut her all out. I'm going to put her on the jelly plate. So I want her feet to show. She's a little bit too big for the plate, but so I want to start her at the bottom with her feet to make sure that they get in the scene. And then we're just going to work it out. I mean, it almost all fits. Next, I'm going to go over her with black paint. I just got some from Menards. I love this paint. I did figure out, though, that the Master's Touch paint from Hobby Lobby, which is similar to this paint, is when they have their sale at Hobby Lobby for on the Master's Touch, it's actually cheaper to buy that than it is this. And this is pretty cheap, so inexpensive, I should say. It's good paint. I mean, it's thick. It goes on really smooth. The pigment is good. Pretty much just like what you would get with a more expensive paint. So I'm just going to make sure I have a pretty even coat of black paint over my image. And then I tried to remove her without ripping. It was nice because she was on the back cover of the magazine, so the paper was thicker than your, boy, I'm going to have to use something to get her. Thicker than just regular magazine paper, because you know how thin that is. I want to use her again. Oop, see, I'm ripping her. I would like to use her again, so I'm hoping to pull her off in one piece. There we go. Let me set her down. Now, right away before that dries, I want to take a piece of cardstock and go grab that image. So hopefully that paint didn't dry while I wanted to lay her flat so that when she dries, she'll be flat, because sometimes when you use those with the paint, they tend to curl up and it's hard to use them again. And I do want to use that image again. And when she's completely dry, I think on the back I'll put a piece of tape where I just kind of ripped her shoulder so that I can use her again. But there's a million magazines and there's bunches of images. So this way you can use images from magazines without worrying about like copyright and everything. I don't think that a silhouette is going to bother anybody if you use that. And then we're going to do an art collage over her image. Let's see. Okay. Let me move her a second so I can put my plate back down. I think it turned out pretty good. There's a little bit of areas of white. So we got a pretty good image, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to get some jelly prints and some paint, and I'll be back. I have selected a random bunch of gel prints and things. So I have some here. I just wanted to show you some of the other ones I did. This is a different image I cut out 2 images, this one and a hand. That's on just picking it up with yellow paper. It's kind of cool. Same thing, just white. And this is a different image. Didn't like that one as well. And then this one I picked up with yellow. This is some paper I got at garage sales. Just people getting rid of paper. Anytime I see paper, if it's a good price, now that I'm jelly printing like crazy, I'm going to pick it up, because why waste cardstock on practicing printing? So when this works, and it's kind of cool to see it in a different color. So those are just some more I've done that I may play with on my own. But painting in of her image, then we're going to take some jelly prints and kind of put some pieces where I think they might look kind of neat. So so these are all the Master's Touch. This is Payne's Gray, Yellow Ochre. These are my favorite colors. This is Dark Titanium White, and we have Chrome Oxide Green. I love all the oxides. I love the red oxide, the yellow oxide. This is just a palette that I feel most drawn to, and I think it'll go well with the jelly prints that I have selected for. I may need a smaller brush. I'm gonna try to get the white covered roughly. And I'm just using the dark titanium white first to kind of get a base here. This is printed on cardstock, and I'm not sure of the weight of it. It's just, I think it's some I got at Hobby Lobby probably. I'm not trying to be too perfect or too precious. We're just trying to get that white covered up. Give a base for putting the gel prints over. And I went ahead and finished her with the dark titanium. I don't like how I went over, so when I'm done, I'm going to take some black and re-outline her arm right there. But that's okay for now. Let's see. I can take the bigger brush now and do some of the... Okay, we're going to let her dry. Okay, we're going to take some yellow ochre and just do some painting straight across. Next, some of the green. Let's see. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take some of the Payne's Gray, which I love. Okay, I think we're going to stop right there for the paint. Now I am going to dry her so that we can move on to the next step. Okay, so I have this deli paper that I have some black and white kind of graphic images. I think it would be fun to put a piece of that on this surfboard. Not sure how well this is going to rip, so maybe I'll have to cut it. Like about there. I'm hoping that because it's on the deli paper, it will kind of just blend right in to the background. Yeah, I like that. You can still see the color, and when it dries it'll be different, but you can still see the colors, and then you get that cool graphic look. Okay. That one. I want some of this. Maybe we change up the look of her pants. Maybe we give her a bigger bell bottom there. Why not? It's our art. You can use the figure as a starting point, but if we want to give bigger, you know, if we want to change it, we can. And I think I like that bell bottom there. I don't know why, I just want something in that black space. I wanted to try that deli paper right there. Let's see. This one is fun. Let's see, I want to do something. All right, let's go with if we did something like that. That would be fun. Okay. That's fun. What else do I have? Oh, I have this pretty piece. So we probably won't even see any of the paint, but in case we did, I wanted something under it. I want a piece of this funky I think we're going to give her another bell bottom over here. Yeah. Okay. some light stuff up here a little bit. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be funny. Maybe that would be funny. We need some blue. Let's do it. Just a part of her shirt. Maybe her name is Madonna. I don't know. Sorry. I can't stay serious for a whole video. It happens. All right. Yeah, I need something in here. I need something in here. Oh man, it's sticking already. Kind of accentuates her curviness right there. This is like patchwork quilting or something. This is pretty, but maybe it's okay. She's looking pretty colorful. Well, I'm liking it so far. I didn't know how I was going to like it at first. It was... I know what I want to do on here. My plan was on the surfboard to have some kind of a word or saying right there. So let me go find some. Okay. So I have found this. I've chosen this saying out of some that I have on tissue paper. And it says, "The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything," by Frank Sinatra. And I feel like that really fits this piece of art well. She's carrying a surfboard. You got to be brave to do that. Look at her outfit. So I just feel like that quote is really going to do well for this piece of art. I'll probably stick it in my Etsy shop. This will come with a nice frame. Come on, don't wrinkle, don't wrinkle. Okay. So, I think for our collage part, I think I'm good with that. And I'm gonna dry this. I'll be right back. And I feel like it needs a couple things. Well, it needs more than a couple things, but I want to put something in this kind of yeah, I like that better. I cut this, I'm not sure. Like, this is going to be cut down to fit in a frame, so you're not going to see this white. I kind of like that. Yeah, just kind of. What about that there? I don't know. I could keep playing. It's this kind of art that really, I don't know, I'm very drawn to. And okay, so we are going to let that dry. Now hopefully my gel pen works. I just want to do some outlining kind of with the white gel pen, and it'll help define her shape a little bit better. I'll do the rest of this off camera so I can get my head down there without getting it in the camera, but I'll come back and I'll have this outlined. I have outlined her. I've signed it, and I've just taken these gel crayons. I got a white one, and maybe this won't even show because when it's cut down for a frame, it might not. But I like I don't know, I like the artsy look of these crayons. So I like how she turned out, and I just want to point out something. So this is what it kind of started out like, except for it was white. And we took a very skinny model and we kind of made her into more of a full figure. And that wasn't like intentional. It just happened with the way I was adding things. And I don't mind that at all. In fact, the big lesson in life is never be scared of anyone or anything. And sometimes, I don't, you know, speaking from my own experience, like I'm overweight, I'm chubby. Sometimes a fuller figure women feel like they have to be self-conscious or, you know, look a certain way. And I think that this kind of added to that, the whole picture. So, yeah, not trying to be too weird or serious, but I just thought of that when I saw her. I'm like, wow, we put a few pounds on her, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing. So, this is, we went from this to this, which I think is kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. I think we're going to call that quits, unless you want to see it in a frame, which I can do that. So let me get this, let me measure this and see what frames I have, and I might want to paint a frame. Just, I think it would go better with the colors. So let me go do that, and then I'll come back with her framed. Okay, I found a frame that I thought would work well with her because it's already a light color. There's a lot of dark stuff going on in this art piece, and I think this white frame, it's off-white, it's cream, but I think it really picks up and goes well with the print. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And just so you know, you can hang it. Okay, yeah, you could hang it, or it's got one of those flappy things that stands up. That's fun. So yeah, the inside of the frame is 8 by 10. So let's see how big this is. So it's about 10.5 by 13 maybe. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, on this mixed media project. If you'd like to see me do more of this, please leave a comment that says, yes, I'd like to see more of this. This is the kind of thing I like to do, but I don't know what you guys want to see. So I haven't done a video for a couple weeks. So getting back into the groove of it has been hard, but I know I need to put out some more videos. So today's was just getting my feet wet again, and I really like how it turned out. I do. All right, you guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.